Okay, so I wanted to do a video to remind everybody about the dancy moves that we were talking about in class last week. If you've been standing for too long and working, or if you've been sitting too long and working, there are still things you can do in place to move things around if you don't have time to do the 1-minute exercise video. So the first one is for standing. Now, the example that was used was if you have to lean forward, you're selling stuff. Throughout the day, your back is going to get weak. This is going to round. You're going to lock your knees and then lean into the table to support yourself. But over time, that's going to really hurt your back and make your hips just seize up. It's not great. So instead, if you think about it, every 15-20 minutes, you can do a number of things. You can bring one hip up on each side. So you're kind of stretching this side and smooshing this side just with your abs, basically, and your back. The other thing to do is a figure 8. So you bring one hip forward, and then the other hip forward, and then the other hip forward. So you're kind of doing a little hula-y kind of dance. Not really sure what this is, but your feet are planted, and then you can do it backwards. So you throw one hip back, and then the other one, and then the other one, and then the other one. So you kind of end up going side to side. Salsa, whatever, merengue, I don't even know. Making things up at this point. Then sitting down. So you've been sitting for a long time, you're on the phone, you can't get up, it's really intense, you have to type, whatever. Relax your shoulders. Use your middle to hold yourself nice and vertical and keep your back solid. And then move one hip forward. So you're just switching from side to side. The more flexible you are and the more mobility you want to try to get, you can point one knee down towards the floor. So you can't see this, but I'm on my tippy toes on my other foot. I'm not having any weight on it, but my knee is kind of stretching towards the floor so that all of this stretches down. And then you bring it back and switch to the other side. So you're kind of doing that same thing as this, standing, but you're doing it in the chair. So, and depending on how flexible you are, you can go side to side with this for quite some time. The other thing you might want to try is just putting your hands down and doing this kind of a move where you're actually going a little bit more forward. But either way, any of those 3 sitting stretches are pretty good. They basically accomplish the same thing. So let me know how that goes. We'll troubleshoot again in class this week.